Greetings and salute. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. I'm Black Light, Supreme Council of the Elders. This video is designed for my black, beautiful people in mind. We're talking about sellouts. Started with the black woman, she's number one, because why? There was a time when the woman was the homemaker. She stayed home and raised the children, taught the children, and proper ways of etiquettes and whatever. Then we were made slaves by our open enemy. The family was divided, split up, fragmented, shipped here and there to serve many different slave masters, a variety of different type of slave masters. And for a couple of generations, our culture was knocked out the minds of our people. In other words, we lost our language, the way we worshiped, the way we did everything, our culture. Your culture is something like your nature, though. But it's not quite your nature. But your nature is cultivated by your culture, and your culture is cultivated by your nature. And when you lose your language, you lose your way of thinking, your train of thought. It's replaced with your enemy's way of thinking and how he wants you to think. So we can't pass down our language to our children. We can't pass down our culture, the way we do things. We adopted, or he forced on us. In many cases, he forced his culture upon us, and he became like our foster parent. This is what is meant by the children of Israel. The children of Israel means those who were raised by the one who was against God. That's why he called us boy and girl. So he raised us, which coincides with Lord Jamar's profound statement about the black eagle falling into a white chicken coop, a baby eagle at that, and becoming like a white chicken because he was raised by him. Now what about that you don't understand? It's not hard to comprehend that. In fact, our past history shows that we are raised by him. Even in your schools, he don't teach the Bible no more. He used to at one time until he found out that he couldn't get rid of the information that tells us that God was black. It's in here. It tells you God was black. It tells you all about God. It don't say God was a spook up in the sky. It tells you that God is a man. And Allah is the supreme being. Why Allah? Well, all Allah means the all in all. So anyway, you don't want to get too far off in that. We had this knowledge at one time, and then it was whipped out of us. Now that we got a chance to roam among the Caucasian freely, he shows us every day that he's our enemy. But guess what? Instead of the mother raising like she know he's our enemy. She raised him like he's our God. She raised the black man like he's our God. And she also raised the white man during slavery. She was the mammy of the Caucasian during the time of slavery, and she breastfed the white man, and she's in love with him. So she got that mother nature towards the white man, more so than she got towards her own son. Or else she would have raised her son to treat her like she wanted to be treated. That would have been a tradition. But she raised the son like the white man treats his woman. She didn't raise a Superman. She raised a buffoon. So you're guilty of that, black woman. Even when you know the truth, you still do it. Why? Because he has you hypnotized. You think he's going to win. So you go out, you vote for who you think is the winner. You go out, and if a black man has a store charging a little bit more money for his commodities, canned goods, fresh produce, the white man, since he could afford to buy by bulk, he could afford to reduce the prices. So you'll go to him, even though he's selling you fake food, GMO. So black woman, this Halloween is coming up, and you gonna celebrate Halloween because you say, oh, the kids, that's for the kids. Well, I'm giving you a reason now not to do that for the children. Kids are goats. Children, are a little different. For your offsprings, you don't raise them up in the way of your enemy. So now you're reaping what you sow. You're getting disrespected. So like Omarosa was towards Donald Trump. She loved that power move, so she think it's power in her mind. That is power. On Celebrity Apprentice, she showed, that she had some dog in her. So when Donald Trump became president, he swooped her up, and then she thought she was on the good foot. She thought she was on the train to heaven, but she wasn't. She was on the puppet list or the puppet crew of Donald Trump. Then when she found out what the deal was, she tried to get back to her people, but her people didn't want her. And her people still in the same boat that she's in. The thing is, she experienced it up close and personal. And the black man and woman experience it from a distance, but they still experiencing it. So you're going to have to pay the price. So this Halloween coming up, you're going to see. But it's still going to be those eyes are not going to be open. You're going to celebrate Thanksgiving. You're going to celebrate Christmas. Teaching your children how to celebrate the devil, the enemy of the black man. So before we go, on chapter 14 of Proverbs, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. One more time. This is Proverbs 14, chapter 1. Verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Sugar and sugar, salt is salt. If you don't dig me, it ain't my fault.